Hey everyone, welcome to episode 258, Raised by Conscious Parents. Welcome to the Harmony in the Home podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Hutchison. I'm a counselor, a life coach, and most importantly, an imperfect mom doing this work right along with you. And my goal on our podcast is to go from chaos to calm, feel less frazzled, and have more fun within your four walls to have more harmony in your home. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the after, because right now we're so in the thick of it. We're so in the thick of parenting that it's hard to say like this would be our before, and then the after is when they're young adults and young adults. That would be the after of conscious parenting. So right now we're in the before. It's kind of like we're trying to lose the 50 pounds and we just started working out today. So our picture today with extra 50 pounds is our before. So looking at their first 940 Saturdays as the before, and then the following 940 Saturdays as the after. Before we get into the after of Raised by Conscious Parenting, I want to talk to you about pocket coaching to improve your before parenting. And I can help you with things that you're struggling with, different pain points that you're having. If you're yelling too much, if you're feeling too much guilt, if you feel like you have a favorite child and you don't know how to balance that out, you don't know how to manage it when they're screaming and yelling, or they're crying, or you need help with time management, or managing your laundry, or having more fun in your marriage, whatever it is, pocket coaching can help you because it's on the go help. You share stories and examples, and I can help you with what unconsciously is playing in the background to help you have more harmony in your home. If you're interested, go to coachingkelly.com. Go to the Work With Me tab or just reply to the email I send every Wednesday and sign up there. So together we can learn how to have more harmony in your home. So I heard this TikTok the other day, because of course my TikTok is filled with so much parenting coaches and parents in general. And this was from a perspective of a parent who is raised by, she says gentle parenting. You can call it whatever you want. I like calling it all of the above. I like calling it gentle parenting, conscious parenting, sturdy parenting, loving parenting, calm and assertive parenting, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. It matters how we're showing up every day.
I am a product of gentle parenting. My dad was pretty chill, so was my mom. They didn't really yell a lot at us. They never hit us, and they were just very loving, present parents in our life. Like we would get in trouble, and they would have to discipline us sometimes, take things away. They were always really kind to us, and they were always very respectful to us. And they helped us kind of create this like inner dialogue that like we were amazing and we were awesome and we were valuable and we were smart and beautiful. I spent time abroad for months at a time, a few times in my life. And when I didn't have my parents around, I still felt very empowered. I felt very confident in myself, in my decisions, in how I looked, how I acted around other people. Like there was never any insecurities really that came from my parents. And I think that was very intentional in their raising us, that they made sure to always like speak kindly to us and respect us. And the things that they said, they knew had an effect on us. That is so motivating for me. As parents, we get to help our kids have a good inner dialogue. And that's not only for like when they move to college, it's like the rest of their life.
I mean, I want to hug that TikTok creator. I should probably tell her name before I just play her stuff without any credit. I try to link it in the show notes. It's by Audi Ferrin. I think I'm saying that wrong. AUDI.FERRIN. And she says, crazy to think about how I talk to myself has a lot to do with how my parents talked to me as a child. And that is so powerful. This is the after of conscious parenting, gentle parenting, love and logic parenting, sturdy parenting, whatever we want to call it. We can call it whatever we want. The word gentle sometimes gets the bad rap of like doormat parenting, of like whatever the kids want to do, they can do it. And she talks about how they did some things when they were younger and they still had consequences and things like that. But there was no like yelling or shaming or punishments that were demeaning or belittling. because they knew that respect had to be at the forefront of it all. Because when you give respect to kids, they give it back to you. They see that you're on their side versus it being you against them. And I feel like my parents were conscious parents before conscious parenting was even a thing. Everything she says in that video is so true about the way we were raised, about how we had consequences and we had things that happened when we did naughty things. And we did some, I would say 2 of the 3 did some seriously naughty things. And one of them was just like never got in any trouble. I was one of the 2 of the 3, if that makes sense. So when I say, 2 of the 3 did a lot of naughty things, I was one of those 2. So I can speak from experience. Like things I did, I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? That's the thing. I wasn't thinking. I hadn't learned the skill, or I just felt this need for dopamine, or I was bored, or I was trying to get attention from my friends by being the class clown. But it had nothing to do with my parents when I made naughty, bad choices. I don't even know what to call it. But I feel like if I share some of it on here, you all will block and cancel me. So I just want to give you a little tidbit of the after. That this is the end goal. Like, if our kids made a video like that, that to me is how I know I've succeeded as a parent. Like, I don't care their job, their spouse, kids, no kids, spouse, no spouse, college, no college, after college, not after college, job, no job. None of that is a measure of success. It's that right there, because I can guarantee you that during the holidays, she wants to be with her parents versus having to be with her parents, like a have to. It's like they are like a magnet to her, and she's like a magnet to them, because kids go where it feels safe and it feels comfortable and it feels loving. When we're adults, we get control over where we get to spend our holidays or spend our time, not even holidays. And I can guarantee you on her downtime, she is trying to be a magnet to her parents because it feels safe and feels loving, and she wants to be around them versus like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. It's something that she's drawn magnetically towards versus having to do it out of obligation. And that, when people say, what does it mean to be a successful parent? That right there is the after of knowing that that connection is still just as strong as it was when they were a toddler or when they were a teen. They may not be living in the same state or even same continent because she studied abroad, but it's that invisible string and that invisible string of connection that we can form it now. We're in the before right now, and to create that after, which is what you're hearing when you hear Audie talk. And what's even happens even more is, yeah, you're focused on the after and you're thinking about that in the background, but that makes the before a lot more fun. It makes it a lot more light and fluffy, and it makes the energy in which the home is something that you want to be around. And your kids do too. And when you can have that magic, you all will have a lot more harmony in the home. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hey mamas, thanks for listening. If you had any ahas, clicks, or those lightning bolt moments while listening, you have to check out my free parenting bootcamp, where we take all of this to the next level and we try to create even more awakenings for ourselves so that we can connect more with our kids and never yell at them again. You can sign up at www.coachingkelly.com. And if you really want to fill up my love cup, send me an email of what your aha was, what your click was, what was that lightning bolt moment while you were listening. I want nothing more in life than for you to have harmony in your home and to learn how to be an imperfect mom like me, which allows your kids to be imperfect too, each and every day. Thanks for listening.